Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ha-young Sun, and I major in psychology. When you think of cakes, what comes into your mind?
Special cake.
Doctor, chocolate cake, cheesecake, coffee flavored cake, or cheesecake, or just a plain cream cake. Alright, and anyone of you ever have heard of cake made from tofu? Today, I'm going to introduce you Ha-young special tofu cake. And I come to think of this tofu cake because we celebrate our special day or birthday by eating cakes. However, it comes to my mind that the cake that we usually eat is not very healthy for our body. So I thought, can we have a healthy cake, but at the same time it can also be tasty. So I thought about ingredients that can be tasty, even in the cake, but also be healthy. The answer that I got was tofu. Tofu is very soft, so I thought it can be well blended into cake, and also it tastes good and it is healthy. Today, I'm going to show you the steps of making Ha-young's special tofu cake. Before starting the real cooking process, I'll tell you about the ingredients. First, you need 360 grams of tofu, and 3 eggs, and 3 tablespoons of milk, and also 80 grams of flour, and some sugar, and also one plain yogurt. Also, lastly, you need some cookies to make the base of the cake. Personally, I recommend you to use Oreo or Margaret is easy to make. And also, I'm gonna use this rice cooker to bake this cake. Now, this baking tofu cake stage is divided into 3 main parts. The first part is making the base of the cake. Before starting, you should set it up. To make my tofu cake, I use my Oreo. And when using Oreo, you should first separate the cookie part and the cream part. This is because we're not going to use the cream part, but only the cookie. After separating it, you should smash it. You should mash the cookies so that you can use it well. And then after mashing it, put a yolk, add 1 egg into this mashed cookies. This egg acts as a glue between the mashed cookies. And then oil the plate of the rice cooker so that the base doesn't stick to the plate. Then put the cookie and egg mix into the plate evenly. Then there's the second step. The second main step of making tofu cake is making meringue. Meringue is a mix of a white of an egg and sugar. To make meringue, before making meringue, you should put the bowl into the refrigerator. This is because when the bowl is cold, it is much easier to make meringue than when the bowl is hot. So put the bowl into the refrigerator for 10 minutes and then put it out. Then you should get 2 eggs for this. First, you need to crack the egg a bit and split it slowly. You should split it slowly because you should split the white of an egg and yolk. To do this, you should put yolk into one side of the egg shell, and then you do this way. You should move the yolk into one part and this part, one eggshell to another shell. This is because you cannot split the egg together and get the yolk all out, because yolk will smash down and it will get mixed with the white of an egg. And therefore, you should crack the egg slowly and put yolk into one side and change the sides so that the white of an egg will fall down to the bowl and the yolk will be in the eggshell. You should only put white of an egg into meringue, or else your meringue will fail. I failed several times, so you should practice a lot to make meringue. And then white of an egg into the bowl. Only white of an egg into the bowl. You whip it with a whisk. After you get some form, you put 2 teaspoons of sugar. And then whip again. If you have more form created, put another 2 teaspoons of sugar. And then whip again. And then when the form is stick to the whisk is this material, this tool to whip the white of this ingredient. When the form sticks to this tool, that means the meringue is made. The second main step of making tofu cake is making the body of the cake. To make the body of the cake, you should put the tofu. You put 360 grams of tofu, and then use the yolk that you had left over after making meringue, and then put it together into the bowl. And put 1 plain yogurt into the bowl. And then 3 tablespoons of milk. After putting these ingredients all same into the bowl, you use blender to mix it and smash it. Like this. And then you have the flour. With the mixture of those ingredients at the first time, mix it with the flour. Like this. Then the third step is ended. After the third step is ended, you have the body of the cake and you have the meringue that you made the second step. So you mix those two together. Like this. And then after all the ingredients are well mixed, put it into the plate of the rice cooker where the base of the cake is already been steamed. Then push the bottom of the rice cooker to cooking. After the bottom say it is cooked, push it again. Because you have to push this several times. This is because it takes time to bake a cake using a rice cooker. So this is the first time, and I cooked again. And this was the first cake that I made. But actually, the first cake that I made tasted terrible, and I actually almost got stomachache by eating it. So I threw it again, and I made a new one to give you guys. This is the second cake that I made yesterday, and it tastes much better. Today, I showed you how to make Hayoung's special tofu cake. I know there's a lot of cakes that are tasty and sweet in the world. However, I suggest you next time you celebrate other people's birthday or special day, why don't you give them a cake that is healthy and tasty at the same time. Have a good lunch and please taste my tofu cake. Thank you.